protests, number 3, 2027 re-election, and number 4, AUC campaigns. Beyond that, we don't see anything else.
If you were to ask me, the priorities going forward is that we must actually change a little bit. And that actually has not just to be a regime thing, it has to be an all-of-us approach. First of all, there are 6 things that I think are important. Allow me to just rush through them. Number 1, it would be important that today the administration rejigs the plan. You know, when you are doing strategic planning, you know you come up with a vision, mission, values, then the strategic objectives. Then as you go down, you come up with something called the organogram. So the organogram gives you the type of people you want. When you are coming up with TV47, you first of all conceptualize it, and as you plan, then you know Fred Ndimuli would be a good morning host, and that is how you are here. It's out of strategic planning. Now, why am I saying that we must actually rejig the bottom-up economic transformation agenda, what we call the plan, is because of the broad-based approach to things now. You know, if our strategic planning, which is better, or the plan, had given us an idea of the people we wanted to work and deliver that particular plan. Remember, we now have got Oparanya, we have got Mbadi, we are bringing in Mutai Kagwe and the others. People who are fundamentally, even Adam Solo, fundamentally opposed to the plan. At what point did they then have the conversion? When was the Damascus moment for them to now be able to deliver the plan? So we can no longer continue to pretend that we are delivering the plan when the people we are bringing on board have never had even a public confession that now we are converted to the better way. We are now going up the bottom-up economic plan. So, number 1, as a matter of priority, we must, now that we have got a broad-based government, we must rejig the plan. Unless, if we insist that we are delivering this, really people would ask us questions. Number 2, we must actually deal with taxes. One of the issues that is making Kenyans very angry is the issue of taxation. That needs to be worked, and I wanted to actually put that together with the cost of life. Number 3, we need to ensure that the rule of law is a thing. We must actually put it up there. And that, I'm simply talking about issues like abductions, acts of impunity that we actually are seeing there. Those are issues that the government must actually come up strong on. Number 4, there must be flagship projects. Because remember, in 2023, the Kenya Kwanza administration never worked optimally because Azimio was in the streets. For all that year, we never worked optimally. We never delivered everything. We had a lot of noises in the streets. In 2024, we have had another demonstration so large, and I will tell you even as an insider that again, we were not able to work optimally. So Kenyans need that hard development. Otherwise, without that, we will not have legacy development, and it will be difficult for us to go to elections because elections effectively begin next year. This is the year when we actually have to do brick and mortar development. That must happen. Number 5 is the issue of corruption. This, we cannot run away from it. That there is the perception. You know, corruption is not just about if it's happening or not, but the perception that the president must actually also ensure that the institutions that are tasked with doing that work, as much as many of them are actually independent like EACC, that the multi-agency approach, that is worked on, because Kenyans still feel that their money is not used very well. Number 6, and finally, is communication. We must change the way we are communicating. I spoke about the 3 principles of public communication, or even if you're doing political communication, unless you've chosen to give non-answers, there must be clarity, there must be consistency, and then there should be differentiation. We cannot be obfuscating and moving around and not speaking in a way. One of the reasons why this administration is suffering has actually been that our communication has never been aligned. I will give you a very quick one. This one is almost a self-indictment. Number 1, we have got Government Communication Center. Under that, of course, the person that leads that is the Office of the Government Spokesperson. That is 1. Number 2, we have got, of course, the Presidential Communication Team that has got Talam and has got Hussein, that is working out on that particular end. We have got something called the National Communication Center. I think it has got Owino, the former police spokesperson, and somebody around that. In the Government Delivery Unit, I have seen the former CS Owalo. He has put up a powerful communication team. And then there is us, we in the political party that are doing political communication. There is need to harmonize, and the president spoke to it. There is need to harmonize communication, because so long as there is no clarity, you know, like, look at this. The president says this, the IG says something else, and then a leader of parliament, Ichungwa, speaks something else. So there must be clarity. We cannot keep on speaking in so much poetry. It becomes difficult. So those for me are the three important things that we must do going forward. Okay. So that then you don't tell me that our priority is fighting Gachagua. And those are the things.
Fred, just give me a minute to address the point he has raised. The biggest challenge with the Kenya Kwanza administration is not even about the flagship projects or signature projects, because those ones are available. You can see them. You can even touch them. The biggest challenge, and for the first time, Maliba is giving the wrong prognosis. They are engaged in policy dissemination instead of policy communication. Mm-hmm. When you're doing policy communication, the key stakeholders must understand why you're coming up with this policy. You must secure their goodwill. Okay. But for them that are doing policy